All right, so, right, the war started between the United States and America. So at the beginning of the war, Americans had better weapons, equipment, but they were greatly outnumbered and kind of ill-prepared. They weren't ready to go to war. Yeah, when I left, I tried going and seeing, but she didn't. Just pay attention, you'll get the notes in later from the video, okay? So Americans supported the war, but many Whigs, remember that Whig Party is a political party that emerged during this time. Okay. Yeah, remember thank you, Javier, for bringing it up. Remember when we were talking about Andrew Jackson, they pretty much was created, right, in support to be against Andrew Jackson. But so many of the Whigs thought it was unjustified and avoidable, as in the United States they didn't have to go to war with Mexico. It could have been avoided. Many northern abolitionists, so remember, an abolitionist is a person who wants to abolish slavery. To abolish slavery means to get rid of. Okay, so they are a person who supports getting rid of slavery. And so these northern abolitionists, they feared that with this war, it would spread slavery. So General Taylor, remember General Zachary Taylor from yesterday? He won several battles, crossed the Rio Grande, while another general, General Stephen Kearny, captured Santa Fe, New Mexico without a fight and claimed it for the United States. Oop, my bad. Mm-hmm. I'm not totally sure on that. And so if you want to check that out and let us know, that'd be great. As we've learned, a lot of towns and places are named after people, right? So I would not be surprised. Yep, I would not be surprised if it is. Or, some other person with the last name Taylor. Are we good? Okay, let's go ahead, move on. So in 1846, only about 500 Americans lived in California compared to the almost 12,000 Californios. So, right, Californios are going to be Mexican-born people living in the territory of California. Okay. Come on. So on June 14th, a group of American settlers seized Sonoma, California, after taking some horses intended for the Mexican militia. And so Americans declared California independent and even flew a flag with a bear facing a red star, and that's actually where the state of California gets their state flag today. If you've ever seen California's state flag today, it is a bear with a red star on it. And it has a tree now too. Okay, but we see, right, American settlers pretty much declaring California independent from Mexico. In July, naval forces from the United States, led by the U.S. Naval Commodore Robert Stockton, came ashore and then even claimed California. So we see more people, right, California being claimed for the United States. And as you saw, right, through the brain pop video. Okay, I mean, Mexico had, control of all this land, so we're pretty much seeing how, right, Americans became control of these different, now current states of the United States. So we got one more slide after this. Told you not much. That's why I broke it up in 2 days. William David, what are you saying? You're saying something. What are you saying? Okay, so if we don't want to say it to the rest of the class, let's not say it at all. All right, we good? Okay. So General Winfield Scott sailed to Veracruz, which was a major port and the strongest fort in Mexico. And after an 88-hour artillery attack, Veracruz fell. Right, Americans won. And so then he moved on to Mexico City. And after a truce failed, Scott, right, he first tried to, settle a truce with the Mexican government, but then he eventually attacked Mexico City, and the Cap eventually captured it on September 14th, 1847, ending the war. I mean, Mexico City being Mexico's capital, right? And them capturing it ended the war. Now, what have we learned from past wars? Is the last battle the official end of the war? No. What is usually the official end of a war? A treaty, okay, a signed treaty. And so the United States and Mexico signed the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, officially ending the war, okay? So battles, yes, they may be the last battle, that's like really kind of scrimmage, but treaties are what officially end the war, right? We saw with a bunch of treaties, right, with the end of the American Revolution, the War of 1812, okay? Treaties are going to officially end the war. And then after the war, okay, America and Mexico agreed to the Gadsden Purchase, in which the U.S. government paid Mexico $10 million in exchange for it, and now Arizona and New Mexico. And with this purchase, the existing southern border of the United States was finally fixed. So we see that. Okay? So, when you guys are done with the notes, okay, those are submit those for part 2 in today's folder. Okay, then you'll see some other things in the folder. What you're going to do, okay, is you're going to, you can get into groups up to 4 people or by yourself, okay, because I know some people like to work by themselves, okay, plus the online people, right, okay, up to 4 people, and what you guys are going to do is create a quiz over Module 12, Lesson 2. You can use your notes and you can use the textbook. Okay? You may use, I actually am going to suggest you also use the textbook. Okay? I'm going to suggest you also use the textbook. But what you're going to do is you guys are creating a quiz. You're going to post that quiz, and then you're going to take another group's quiz. As in, like, you're, getting quizzed on. Does that make sense? Okay? So it's a 20-point assignment today. 10 points for making and posting the quiz, 10 points for taking the quiz. Okay? But here's the thing, you can only see, you have to make a post on the discussion board posting your quiz before you can take another group's quiz. So that means you not, like, creating your quiz is hurting other people too, because they don't have a quiz to take then. Right? Okay? So, you guys have plenty of time, literally over 30 minutes. Easily should be able to get the quiz done, especially since I said you can work up until 4 people. And I'm only asking you to do 10 questions. That's like 2 questions per person. Really not that bad. Okay? And you're probably going to ask, what kind of questions do we need? Cover the material. What do you think you need to be quizzed on? Based on Module 12, Lesson 2. Again, use your textbook, use your notes. Okay? Create questions that you think you need to be quizzed and tested on. What is the important information that you need to get out of, that you should know from this lesson? Okay? Alright, any questions on it?